What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about some quick tips in Lightroom and how to sharpen your photos the right way. Let's do it. So whether you use Lightroom or not, I think it's really important that when you sharpen an image that you know what you're actually sharpening. So let's jump straight into it. So here we are in Lightroom, and the first image I want to sharpen is this one that I actually took in Hawaii, and I'm going to go ahead and develop the image. The shortcut key is D, or you can go up here and hit develop, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says detail, and under the detail menu you have the option to sharpen. So I'm going to increase my sharpening amount, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up my mask. Now you can't actually see what the masking is doing unless you hold the Alt Option button. Now with the Alt and Option key pressed down, you can actually see what it's actually sharpening. Now increasing the masking will only sharpen edges or outlines. So in most cases, you only want to sharpen edges or outlines of things. You might not want to sharpen every single pixel in your photo. If you are doing landscape photography, sometimes you might want to sharpen the entire image, but that's totally up to you. So the masking is a great way to not sharpen every single pixel and to decide what outline or how much of an outline you want to sharpen. Once you've set your masking, have a look at the radius and the detail sliders. Again, in the same way, if you increase the value of radius or you increase the value of detail, you can't actually see what it's affecting. So if you hold the Alt and Option key down again, it'll actually give you a visual guide as to what it's doing. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, and you can actually see if I hold down the Alt Option key again, it shows you a visual representation as to what the radius is actually affecting in your image. Now the same thing happens for detail. When you hold down the Alt Option key and you drag your slider, it gives you a visual representation as to what it's doing for the detail. So now when it comes to sharpening, you have a little bit more control over what pixels you're sharpening. A great example is when you have photos of people's faces. You might not want every single texture of the skin, or maybe even the pores, to be sharp. You might just want the outline or the edges to sharpen so that your image pops. So let me show you what I mean. So here's a portrait photo that was taken on my 85 1.2mm lens. Now it's a great lens and it's super sharp, but sometimes you just want to add a little bit more sharpness to make that image pop. So I'm going to scroll down to sharpening, and again I'm going to increase my amount. Again, when you increase the amount, you sharpen every single pixel. So I'm going to go to masking, hold down my Alt Option key, and drag up my masking. And as you can see, it's not going to sharpen every single pixel. I'm just wanting to sharpen the edges. Now this is great because you can zoom in, have a look at the eyes, you can have a look at the detail and see how sharp the image is, and choose the actual masking or the edges and the outlines that you want to sharpen. Now over here, this will sharpen his skin, the texture, even his teeth and his tongue. But all I want to do is I want to sharpen just the edges so it pops and it separates him from the background. And as you can see, the background isn't being sharpened. So this is a great way to separate your subject from the background, but still sharpen your main subject. So there it is guys, the right way to sharpen in Lightroom, and a few tips and tricks so that you know exactly what you're sharpening. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you have, go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next video.